Good evening, fifth graders. Tonight we're going to be cranking out some more division. A lot of the same patterns and steps as we did yesterday. So go ahead and hang in there with me and follow along. Hopefully we get these down so we don't make any mistakes here in the future, okay? First off, some mental math. How many fives are in 45? So we're doing a little division, right? 5 times what equals 45? 5 times 9. So there are 9 fives in 45. What number times 9 equals 27? 9 times 3 equals 27. What is 3 times 120? Well, 12 times 3 is 36. Add the 0, we have 360. That's how we do this. You see a lot of this in math boxes, kids. So just be watching here, be following along. You could even press pause and then check your work as we go. How many 4s are in 32? There are 8 4s in 32 because it's like your basic facts, right? 4 times 8 equals 32. What number times 8 equals 40? 8 times 5. Multiply 5 times 80. Well, 5 times 8 is 40. Then I better count this 0, so I have 400. Let's keep on looking here. Actually, try and move this. What number times 7 equals 35? 5. Multiply 12 times 7. So then this is a simple long multiplication. 12 times 7. 14. 1, 7, 8. 84. 55 times 3. Down here. Times 3. 15. 3 times 5 is 15 plus 1 is 16. 165. Some mental math here. Take a look here. We're doing some more division. Okay, we want to see how many times a divisor, which is 7, goes into 51, which is the dividend. The answer to a division question is your quotient. Okay, let's take a look at this next one here. Let's solve these. We're going to crank a bunch of these out. Let's see how we go. How many times can 9 go into 8? It goes in there 0 times. 9 times 0 is 0. Bring down the 8. Carry the 1. 9 goes in 81 9 times. 81. Subtract it as 0. I know a lot of kids, or a lot of times you've been taught just to skip that first one. If 9 can't go into 8, then see if 9 can go into 81. Okay, I understand you maybe have been taught in the past to do that, just like they did here. They skipped the first one. They didn't do 7 goes into 5 0 times, get a 0, and then get to the 49. They didn't do that. I want you to add that 0. The reason why is that way we can kind of stay on the same pattern. Keep going here. 8 goes into 2, 0 times. 8 times 0 is 0. Subtract. Got a 2. Bring down the 4. How many times does 8 go into 24? 3 times. 8 times 3 is 24. Subtract. I got a 0. How many times can 5 go into 25? We know the answer is 5, but let's use the steps to get to that. 5 goes into 2, 0 times. 5 times 0, 0. Subtract. I've got a 2. I've got the 5. 5 goes into 25 5 times. 5 times 5 is 25. 0. That's how the answer is a 5. Cruise along here. We're going to have some remainders on these. Let's take a look what to do with the remainder. 3 times what equals 1? 0. 3 times 0 is 0. I'm going to subtract. I get a 1. I bring down the 6. How close can 3 get to 16? 3 times 3 is 9. You got to go higher than that. 3 times 5 is 15. Okay, that sounds like it's as close as we're going to get. 3 times 5. I get a 15. Subtract, I have 1. There's nothing left to bring down. So that means this one is my remainder. 9 times what equals 56? 9 times 0. Subtract. Got a 5. Bring down the 6. How close can 9 get to 56? Well, I know 9 times the number equals 54. 9 times 6. Equals 54. I'm going to subtract. I have a 2. Do I have anything else to bring over? I don't. So I'm going to bring this 2 up. So it's going to be a remainder. Better move this. Sorry. I'll keep going here, kids. I know time is precious. Okay. Remainder 2. Take a look here. How many times does 5 go in 27? Subtract. 0. You have a 2. Bring down the 7. 5 goes into 27 5 times. 5 times 5 is 25. I'm going to subtract. I've got a 2. Bring the 2 up. Remainder 2. Okay. Hopefully this is helping you a little bit. one really nice thing about division, long division, is the highest number you can possibly multiply by is by 9, because there's only room for single digits up here. Only room for single digits. So the highest you can possibly go to is by 9. The lowest obviously would be 0 or 1, okay? Take a look here. How many times can 5 go into 82? 5 goes into 8 one time. 5 times 1 is 5. I'm going to subtract. I have a 3. Bring down the 2. 5 goes into 32 6 times. Because 5 times 6 is 30. I'm going to subtract. I'm going to get a 2. How many times can 4 go into the number 68? 4 goes into 6 one time. 4 times 1 is 4. I'm going to subtract. I get a 2. I get an 8. How many times can 4 go into 28? 7 times. 4 times 7 is 28. I'm going to subtract. I get a 0. My answer is remainder 0. Answer is 17. Ooh, I never brought this 2 up. I'm going to do that now. Remainder 2. Got some longer problems here. I'm going to do this one with the 7s. 7 goes into 6 0 times. 7 times 0, 0. And subtract, I got a 6, I've got a 4. How close can 7 get to 64? Well, I know 7 times 7 is 49. 7 times 8 is 56. 7 times 9 is 63. Keep in mind, 9 is the highest I can go. 7 times 9 is 63. Got a 1, bring down the 5. 7 times what? Or 7 goes into 15 how many times? That's twice. We get a 14, right? 1. So 1 comes up here for remainder 1. 92 remainder 1. One last problem here. Let's take a look at this and see if I can move it. I can't move it, so we're just going to solve it. 7 goes into 3 0 times. 7 times 0. Subtract, bring down the 7. 7 goes into 37. I know 7 times 6 is 42. 7 times 5 is 35. Subtract, got a 2, and bring down the 9. 7 times 3 is 21. 7 times 4 is 28. You hear me working out this math in my head so I know how close I can get to the number. 7 times 4 is 28. 1 here, remainder 1. Okay. Keep this in mind. Your remainders must always, every time your remainder is here, must always be smaller than the number you're dividing by. Okay? It must always be smaller. Okay, so if I have a number that is the number remainder 8, it means I did something incorrectly. Hopefully this helped you with your division. We'll be continuing to work on this the next couple days, so we can clear out any kind of little kinks we have in our division. So be excellent math students. All right, we'll see you in class tomorrow.